And welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for this segment. And we're here today with Michael Quattrochi from Nye Communities Coalition. He is the grant manager there?
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to be talking about something called, how do you say it?
Naloxone.
Naloxone. You may have heard of it. Older people like myself haven't heard about it until recently. But tell us a little bit about why we should know about this.
Okay. Well, what naloxone is, it's a medication that reverses opioid overdoses. So if somebody happened to overdose, whether they were taking pain pills and they just forgot, just took too many or whatever, or if they were on illicit drugs and overdosed, you would administer it through their, we have the nasal administered version.
And there's a picture of it right there?
Right.
Yes.
And you would administer through nasally, and it would reverse the opioid overdose. So we have some naloxone dispensers, 5 of them distributed throughout Nye County. And if anybody's interested in receiving naloxone training, they can either come directly to the coalition at 1020 East Wilson Road, or they could just contact me. You see my contact information was on the flyer. And I'll arrange for them or their organization to get trained if they would like. We also have wall mount boxes for, like, if a business wanted, let's like a first aid kit, it would go up on the wall and it's got naloxone in it and instructions how to use it. Yeah.
No, you're going to have one in the senior center too?
We're putting in naloxone, what's it called, a dispenser. Uh-huh. Those 5 dispensers, the last one's going in the senior center, yeah.
So we have to worry about us folk that may have overdoses with drugs too.
Well, yeah, like, for instance, my mother was on pain medication, but she was also on anxiety medication, and sometimes she had trouble keeping track of her medication, so she'd take it, and then she'd be like, did I take it? Then she'd take it again, and she'd forget, and a couple times she had overdosed. Well, that happens with seniors, so if you're a caregiver of somebody that uses opioid pain medication, it's good to have it on hand,
Oh, it's very interesting. That's why it's over there with the rest of my not the countrymen, my old people like myself. I'm sorry. It's miserable getting old.
Yeah.
I'm fighting it. But anyway.
Yeah.
So who has this so far? The senior center is getting it?
The senior center, there's one at Living Free Health and Fitness at their main office. There's one at Nevada Outreach Training Organization, and we have one in our workforce area where you come in for the job zones to look at the job board and stuff. We got one right there in the waiting area, and we have one at our Tonopah office.
Okay.
And we dispense the naloxone, and we also dispense the Deterra bags.
So I read that. What does a Deterra bag do?
Well, what the Deterra bags are, they're a drug disposal system. You would put the medication, whether it be the pills, liquid, or patches in there, and you would add water to it. And then you would close it up, shake it up, and there's a carbon inside that it binds with the drug and it makes it inert, so it would be inactive, and it's completely environmentally safe. You could throw it in the garbage at that point.
Okay, so that's what that is. I was wondering what that was. And now to show you how this works, I read in the article in the Pahrump Valley Times, there was a person at one of the casinos in town that overdosed.
Yeah, there was a local casino. One of our naloxone instructors had done a naloxone training for the security staff and the staff over 2 days, and I guess like 2 or 3 days later, somebody had overdosed in the restroom, and the security staff administered, I believe it was either 2 or 3 doses of naloxone to the person before the EMS arrived, and the EMS told them that if they hadn't administered the naloxone, the person would have died. With the naloxone, it doesn't stay, like, you can administer it if they don't wake up. You wait a couple minutes, you administer it again. So you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we were talking about the not first responder, but the Good Samaritan.
The Good Samaritan law. Yeah, we have an educational. It's also part of the naloxone trainings that we give, but we also have a educational flyer that we like to pass around. It explains that any person who's administering naloxone and calls 911 that's trying to assist somebody that's in an opioid overdose, a lot of people won't get involved. They're scared they might get in trouble. You can't get in trouble as long as you're acting in good faith trying to help somebody. Yeah. But
they probably wouldn't be doing what we would be doing if we had the training, because we would have the
they'd have the naloxone, yes. Yeah. Yes, if you're using the naloxone on somebody, you're not going to get in trouble. Even if, like, for some reason you were wrong, let's say they weren't even having an opioid overdose, it was something else, you're still not getting in trouble because you were trying to save their life. You know what I mean?
It's not going to kill them if they didn't have an overdose.
It's not harmful to them at all.
Yes. So you've had training once or twice on this? So how was the attendance for that?
When I've been trained to deliver the trainings, but I haven't delivered a training.
Okay.
But I have, I think 5 or 6 people under me that do trainings, and some of them they'll train one person if you want to be trained. Then there's times where there's like 20 people. It just depends.
Now, who did they get to train? What type of people were they? Mostly from the casinos, or do you know?
No, sometimes you go out. They'll go out asking people. Other times people reach out to us. Like one of my trainers just did a training for the clerk's office out here, and for the court. I think it was the district court too, or something. All their staff got trained, and they got a little wall mount box to put on the thing. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you do the training up at the coalition then?
Yeah.
If you would have it. Do you have anything set up for the near future, or if you have one person that came there, you'd give them training, right?
If somebody showed up and wants to train, we'll give it to them, or they can call and set up a bigger one for, like their club or their organization or their family, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, this would come in handy, like different places that people go.
Right.
Let's say library, or if we had a theater here.
Right.
God forbid we had a theater. But anyway, we did have one many years ago, about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You have that under your belt for.
Yeah. We also have 4 large vending machines. They're public health vending machines that we're trying to get placed through Nye, Lincoln, and Esmeralda counties. 2 of them have possible locations for. We're just in the one place has to just make an adjustment for us to put it in there, a plug where we want to put it, and then we're working with the other place to restrict the access to it to where it'll fit their needs. And then the 2 other ones we're still trying to find a home for. And those are just like a regular vending machine. You just don't have to put money into it. And it just push the buttons, it comes out. We're going to have naloxone getting dispensed out of those, Deterra bags, fentanyl and xylazine testing strips, which is if they wanted to test pills or their drugs to make sure there wasn't fentanyl in it so they didn't overdose. Because a lot of times if you get pills it's not from the pharmacy, they might not be real. It could have fentanyl pressed in with it. Okay. And there's also going to include condoms and pregnancy tests. So if anybody was in need of any of those, they just come to the vending machine and just take it out.
Not that make fun out of it, one-stop shopping for drugs issues.
Yeah.
And then I understand that over at the wraparound events, those were given out to some of the people's coming over there.
Yeah, they do them regularly there.
And is it a problem that we're having this out there? Because I read that more than 80,000 people have died in 2021. I imagine that's gone up after that.
I would assume so too. But it is a pretty bad problem. And of course, Nye County's population is low, so it might not have some of the bigger numbers.
Right.
But if you look at it statistically speaking, we've got one of the higher overdose rates of all the counties in the state. Yeah.
We do?
Yeah. Statistically speaking, not the number-wise, because other counties, like Clark County's got, 2-3 million people, but yeah.
Oh, that's understandable. So if you would like to find out more about the training or be trained yourself, there is Mike's number. His extension is 243. It's up there at the coalition. It's 727-9970. or you can call. You've got the email address there to get in touch with Michael there.
Yeah. Another program that I manage is the Medicare Assistance Program.
Yes.
And that's it's to help seniors. It's a combination of 3 federally funded programs. It's SHIP, SMP, and MIPA. So we can help people find subsidy plans, like extra help them with application assistance to enroll in it, screen them to see if they qualify for Medicare savings programs, and help them in compare plans so they can make an informed decision. We can also help if they need to do an appeal, so if some fraudulently billed their account, or if they were denied services that they should have gotten. Yeah.
So all those things, plus a whole slew more of things are available at the coalition. And also, they have there's a newsletter that comes out every month too. I think it was 48 pages long. It's quite a bit of things that that the coalition does to help the needy or the people who just want to make themselves better in this world, learn new jobs, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But you can call them anytime and see what they have for you, or go online to get the newsletter.
Yeah.
And you had some other stuff.
Well, yeah, there was a couple of things. Like we got bingo size at the senior center. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. A lot of the seniors enjoy that. We also have our chronic disease self-management class that a lot of seniors enjoy and benefit from. There's a new one that's getting ready to start this month. They haven't decided if it's going to be a morning or an afternoon class. Mm-hmm. But if you could just contact Call Not Community Coalition, ask for Madeline Becker, and she'll get them signed up for that. And also Kim Johnson and Leanne Luna, she was here earlier today, but they got some mental health first aid trainings coming up. The next one is on May 22nd from 8 to 5, so you could reach out to either one of them to get trained on that.
And you can find all these things and much more with their newsletter online, the Nye Community Coalition, and just check it out. And I thank you for stopping by here, and thank you for watching.
All right, bye-bye.